All right, I'm here in the jungle with Coach Ed Phillips and the Seneca East Tigers. How we doing, Coach?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right, so big matchup with Woodmore coming up. A lot of fans are going to be watching this in the pregame show, so I want to just go over the matchup. But first, let's talk about last week a little bit, just how we got here. Big win over in Sycamore. That's a tough place to play. You guys went over there, got a big win. Talk about that one, just what that means to the program. Obviously, it's a big rivalry game, possibly the last time you guys play each other for a little while. Just talk about that one for a minute.
Yeah, it was a great night, we'd heard a lot of stuff about a lot of teams in the N10 this year, and I think kids might have felt a little slighted, and I think they went out and showed and made a statement that they wanted to make, and they made it in a big way because I knew we could win that game, but if you'd told me we were going to win it 50-19 beforehand, I would have been happy, but I probably wouldn't. I thought that would happen, but the kids have played fantastic. The coaches did an outstanding job. The fans and student section were awesome. It was a perfect night.
And it really was a perfect night from start to finish. I mean, you guys were trading blows there for a little while, and then you really just kind of took over. The line of scrimmage was really where you guys dominated. Talk about that matchup up front and just kind of what went into that, just the game plan.
Yeah, just the O&D lines. We've kind of narrowed some stuff down that we think we're pretty good at. And really it was situational, but then in the second half, when our offensive line started to take over, we just kind of went to the power run stuff. We really wore them down. We talk about that. And it's something we talk about all the time is we want to, wear people down and win the fourth quarter. That was as good a performance in the second half as you'll see, I think.
Now, we talked a little bit last week about playoff seeding and how after Friday's games, you kind of like to look at how the points come out and see how everything lays. What was your reaction like in the locker room from the guys when they learned they got that home game?
We felt like if we won that we'd be home, and we felt like we were in, but didn't really want to be in as an 11 or 12 seed. So the guys just kicked the door down and got us a home game, and something that we're super excited about because we had the matchup at Western Reserve last year and went over and played really well, but we wanted to do that, and have that opportunity in front of our home fans. So we're super excited that was the result. And the kids, when we won, one, we're really excited because we beat Mohawk, and two, we knew that would put us at home, and that's where we want to be.
And that's where you are, Coach, in front of Tiger Nation. It's a big matchup with Woodmore, but what does it mean to be playing a home game here?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, that's what, that was one of our goals coming into the season was to have a home playoff game. So to be able to make that happen, it means a lot to us. We want our fans to be able to come out here, and when you're at home, it's a lot easier to see it versus, if we'd have lost, heck, we might have been over by Indiana. The pluses of being here and letting our fans, come and come 10 minutes to see us and support us, we're super excited about it. I think the community is too. So we're ready to rock tomorrow night.
I think Tiger Nation's ready to rock for this one, Coach. Now let's get into the matchup a little bit. Woodmore, 7-3 on the season. They started out 5-0. They had a little bit of a tough stretch those last 5 games.
Coach Stakers, he's done a good job everywhere he's been. Familiar with him. And the one nice thing was we were a little familiar with him from his time at Monroeville. Mm-hmm. So it was advantageous for us to be playing them. And, he knows a little bit about us too. That was cool when we found it. And Coach, he's a good guy. So it's exciting to play against somebody, just like for kids, when they know somebody you play them, it's exciting, and you want to beat them a little bit more because you know them. So just excited about the matchup. Excited to have it here, and we know they can run the football, and they're really good at it. It doesn't matter who they're playing; they've done a nice job of that, and that's the kind of the monster we've got to take care of tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I talked with Coach Staker. He talked about the familiarity with you guys, how obviously coached against you in the past. He knows what you guys bring to the table because your consistency and just the stability you have with this program over the years, just the standard of excellence over here is pretty similar to what he sets with his program. So, but no, this is a big matchup. Talk about the matchup in the trenches, though, because I think that's the one that you guys dominated last Friday. Yeah. And it's going to be important this Friday because you got, like you said, they love to run the ball. They average almost 240 yards a game when they run the ball. How do you guys slow that down?
Yeah, I mean, that's key. We slow it down with our big guys up front. They've got to come out and play like or even better than they did last week. And if they can do that, then that puts us in position to do good things. And I've got all the faith in the world in our offensive and defensive lines. I think that their competitiveness, their fire, and their intensity and their focus, they're right there with some of the best that we've had here. But to be mentioned in that conversation, you've got to do it again tomorrow night, because we've had teams in the past that have done that, and the opportunity to do that is there. And if they really want to be in that conversation, then tomorrow is when it starts.
Now they have a chance. Their running back has a chance to go over 2,000 yards. Is that something you guys are talking about at all in the locker room, kind of trying to limit him under a certain number, or you just trying to focus on making sure you stop at their whatever they're trying to do?
Really don't care how many he's got right now. I know that whatever he gets, on the season, that's a result of the previous 10 games. But I know tomorrow night we need to slow him down and do a great job with him, and do our best to hit him and wear him down on offense. And he plays linebacker too, and we want to make him work on defense as well. So kind of a double-edged sword there in the way that we want to attack their team in general, is to be physical with them on both sides and hopefully wear them down over the course of 4 quarters.
Wearing them down, part of that is on the offensive line for you guys as well. You guys did a great job last week clearing some holes for Jackson Gahart. Nicholas Parks did a great job in the run game. What is going to be key for you guys to do that again tomorrow night?
Just be assignment sound, and kudos to our kids, because Mohawk's odd front is a front that through the years has caused us problems at times. And man, the kids did just a great job with it last week. And Woodmore's a little different than the typical N10 team. They're very quick. They've got a lot of speed up on the defensive line, offensive line, and then at their skill spots too. So that's something that we've got to be ready for up front, is to match their movement and their speed on the defensive line. I think that's a huge key for us.
Now, last week, you guys started that game out. You took some deep shots. You're trying to open up and kind of like trying to loosen up that secondary a little bit for Mohawk. But it just seemed like early on in that game, you were trying to find something. Did you see something on film?
Yeah, the coaches did a great job. They thought there was some opportunity there. And we knew that early on it wasn't a case where you're just going to be able to run the ball down their throat, right from the get-go. So we went after some things, and fortunately we capitalized on them, because that's what got us the momentum early. And then, later on we finished them off with the run. And that was a sign of our maturity too. And, that's come up a lot lately. And I've brought this up to a couple people. All you got to do is drive into the school and look at our fence. And the numbers on the fence kind of symbolize how we've changed and how we've matured through the year, because, you look at week 1 and 2, we won 2-0, then 14-2. And we beat Upper 35-14. Then all of a sudden you see a bunch of 50s and some 60s pop up there. And that's a result of our kids improving as a team, and some guys taking advantage of some opportunities they have. And also our coaches have really done a good job of kind of putting the jigsaw puzzle together. I've told some people we had some pieces that we had to figure out, and I think we've figured some things out at the right time of year, and hopefully that continues and that improvement continues tomorrow night.
Absolutely. And speaking of improvement, I want to talk about your freshman receiver, Jaron Depp. Ed had a big game last week against Mohawk, really kind of taking some steps forward these last few weeks of the season. Now, going into the playoffs, his big stage, did he earn these reps, obviously, in practice? Is this a way that maybe earned this in a JV game? Like, you don't see very often freshmen get these kind of opportunities late in the season unless they're really putting in the work.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since we've had some situations like that. But they just, in practice, they just kept making plays. And when it first starts happening in the summer, it gets kind of against yourself, and you're wondering. And then as the season goes, when you get them opportunities against other teams, and not just him, but a lot of other of our kids, freshmen, sophomores, juniors have improved, and that's why we're where we're at. But it happens in practice. You can see it happening in practice, and then it's just when does that opportunity take place that put them in a game and let it happen in a game, and it's happened for him and multiple other kids, and it's very exciting.
I think that's the culture that you've built over here, Coach, though, is, if you put in the work, you put it on tape, you're going to get your opportunities.
Yeah.
And then when you get opportunities, you make the most of them, you're going to get more of them. And that's kind of what I've known from you since you've been over here at Seneca East.
Yeah, and on a football team, you can't have grades. It can't matter if you're, what grade you're in, because you're a team.
Yep.
You have to prove yourself, but if you do that in practice and in the weight room and everywhere, then that's where you earn your opportunities.
All right, so Coach, what's the message to Tiger Nation as they go to fill up the stands here?
We want to take that energy that we had last week because, I believe in momentum. I believe in momentum for the team. I believe in momentum for the community and the fans. And it's there. I got goosebumps right now thinking about it. I just want the student section to come out and raise all kind of cane. It's pretty cool because it's Halloween night. So have some fun with that, and fans get loud and rowdy and have some fun. And just go out and play our brand of football and, hopefully make it a great night that we can talk about for a while around here.
I had plenty of cowbells over there in Sycamore, and I'll tell you what, that fan section, the student section down along the end zone, that was probably one of the best I've seen in high school.
They were awesome. I love them, and they love us right back, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. Well, hey, appreciate your time, Coach. I'll let you get back to practice. Once again, thank you.
Yep, thank you, Nate.